Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you haven't clicked subscribe to my channel yet, click that little red button below. And if you'd like to be notified of my posts first, click the little bell and it'll send you a notification as soon as I post. So I'm currently following a news story, something in Toronto, Ontario. There is an alleged serial killer. 6 remains of different, what appears to be men so far, boys, have been found in planter pots in this Bruce MacArthur's house. They're still doing extensive investigation, and they have named 1 to 2 of the victims so far. Because of neighbors calling in some things that seem suspicious is what got this guy caught. So he's 66 years old, and who knows how long he's been getting away with this. I mean, if you've never had your prints taken and you're doing a crime, it would be very difficult to find who that person was if they were never in a database anywhere. So they are looking into his past. They're digging through the backyard. They've completed the search in his home as well as the garage. And I guess they're just finishing trying to do some digging in the backyard to find more remains. He apparently lived in another location as well, and may have worked in another location, so there's some other places that they do want to check yet, you know, and see how many people's lives this person has devastated. So I just wanted to send this little story out to you guys, and I hope everybody's going to stay safe out there. Without, I think, the neighbors alerting authority, I don't know if this gentleman would have ever been caught. So kudos to the people who took initiative to make a phone call to set some awareness or an alert to somebody to check on the situation. We need more of that out there today, folks. Let's face it, a lot of people have their voices taken away from them. So let's try to help those people by finding the voice for them. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will update you as this goes along. He was arrested mid-January. I think it was January 18th. So I am a little bit late on the story coming out here. But I did want to share it with you guys because I believe that the more awareness is out there with these situations, the easier that we're going to be able to see things that are maybe abnormal and create that awareness or send that alert to somebody. So if you haven't clicked that little red button below, click that little red button to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to be notified of my posts first, then click the little bell and it'll send you a notification as soon as I post. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay safe. Bye for now.
Doctor just not in the medical doctor. Right. Okay. Are you good to go? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for coming out. Just a short update into the investigation regarding Bruce MacArthur. First of all, I'd like to thank all the witnesses and people who have come forward and called us. We've been following up on an awful lot of tips, and it's been some great information. So thank you very much to you guys for getting the story out there, and thank you to all the people who have called in. What we're beginning today is the excavation of the backyard here at 53 Mallory. Dr. Grizzly is here. She's a forensic anthropologist who works with the Ontario Pathologist's Office, and she'll be overseeing that dig. We're finished in the house here at Mallory, so hopefully we can get the occupants back into the house, although they won't be able to go into their backyard. As far as the ongoing investigation goes, I can now confirm we have recovered the remains of at least 6 individuals over the last week and a half, and we've identified some of the body parts as belonging to one of the victims whom we charge Mr. MacArthur with the murder of, and that's Andrew Kinsman. And that's where we stand right now. The identification of the other remains is still ongoing.
And was that 6 on top of the 3 that were already found? So was it 9 bodies that were recovered, or 6?
No, it's 6 total now.
So of the 6, one of the 6 is Andrew Kinsman?
There are body parts which we can say belong to Andrew Kinsman amongst those 6, yes.
How are you able to identify those parts so quickly?
I won't get into that, unfortunately.
Can you tell us if you have DNA from the project recently?
Sorry?
Do you anticipate more charges being laid?
I do anticipate more charges being laid. I don't have a timetable for that. I don't have a number for that, but I would expect more charges will eventually be laid.
Just to clarify, you still stand accused of first-degree murder of 5 victims, but you believe at this point there are 6 victims that you know of.
We have the remains of 6 individuals that we've recovered so far.
Is that from this area here? Properties that you searched? You take us through the search of the 30 properties?
So far, they're all from 53 Mallory.
And so those were recovered in the planters as well. So 6 in those planters that were used here.
Correct.
Have you located the proper's boyfriend, partner? Have you located him yet?
I'm not going to discuss who we've spoken to in regards. That would be a witness issue, so I'm not going to be able to discuss that.
Have you found any?
I just wanted to clarify again. These remaining, the remains all found here.
Correct.
Have you found anything else at any of the other properties, and have the other ones been included in?
Not yet.
Do you have DNA evidence from the 3 men when missing in Project Houston?
I'm sorry?
Do you have DNA evidence or DNA remains of the 3 men who were missing in Project Houston?
We do have DNA profiles of at least 2 of those men, so we're working on DNA. I'm not going to specify which ones we have.
So the 5 remains that have not been identified yet, are those people apart from these others who you previously named?
If I knew who they were, I'd be able to answer that question.
But are you saying that it cannot be the ones who are named, that he's already facing the murder charges?
I'm not saying that.
You see this investigation expanding the longer it goes on? Are you getting bigger for you guys?
It is getting bigger, and we are getting more resources the further we go along, so it's going to be a very, very extensive investigation as we go.
The planters that were seized at the other properties, nothing discovered in those?
Not yet. We haven't quite gone through all of them yet, so we're still working on that.
How many
talk about
planters are there
charges.
in total, and how many do you have left to go?
We have approximately 15 planters in total. So exactly where we are in the examination of those planters, I'm not going to say yet.
So if you have 5 charges and you have 6 bodies, what happens in that case where, let's say, you're not able to identify who this 6th person is? Are you able to lay a charge still?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hopefully we'll be able to identify that individual.
Can you
So
give
how
an
long
update
does that
on the
have
search
to
of
be
the
laid
apartment? Last time you spoke, you said you've only kind of just begun the forensic analysis of the apartment. You can
Correct.
to that?
Hard to say. We're still going through that. We've actually had multiple teams of forensic officers going through that apartment. It's been a couple of weeks already, and I would expect it's probably going to be at least another couple of weeks before we're done there.
Last time you talked about wanting to excavate another site as well. Where's that at?
I'm not going to specify where that site is.
But there still is a second site that will be excavated?
There is a second site that we're interested in, and might depend what we find at this site.
Is there an overseas component to this as well? Are you getting people calling from overseas? Maybe people came to Toronto and never returned home? Does that happen?
Not specifically that situation, but we are dealing with some agencies overseas. We did as well during Project Houston, so those are still avenues we're pursuing.
What's happening under the tent? Can you just paint us a picture of what's going on there today, what it looks like?
All that is under that tent is a grassy area that we've scanned with the OPP's ground penetrating radar. We've identified some spots in there that we're interested in, and we've been heating that ground now for over a week. And I'm led to believe that it's probably still not completely thawed. So we hope to dig down until we can't dig anymore, which may be a matter of inches. And then we may have to leave it for another day or 2, let it thaw some more, and then continue digging. So it's going to be a long process.
And the role of the anthropologist and the team that's here today?
Sorry?
So she's doing what?
She's overseeing the excavation.
So
This morning we saw 4 different forensic investigators dressed in these white suits coming out with bags and boxes of evidence. You say you completed the interior of the home. Give us an idea of what would they have been bringing out?
I can't get into specifics about exhibits that have been seized. Sorry.
You conducted a search. We knew that you lived on a farm around Penwood Falls, Corner Lakes. Have you conducted a search of that farm, or do you plan to?
Not at this time, no, not unless something comes up that leads us to that farm.
Just to be clear, you said you're finished with the inside of the home, but the backyard, the excavation is complete.
Correct.
Do you have a sense of how many missing person births that you're kind of going through? I'm not doing it. Any idea?
There are hundreds of outstanding missing person occurrences. Again, the first phase of the investigation, I've said this before, we're focusing right now on what we have already, which is the remains and the evidence that we've uncovered already, hoping to identify those victims, and then we'll start working back through some missing persons occurrences. We're going to go back quite far, so there are literally hundreds of them.
Some of the missing person timelines are still a little bit fuzzy. You don't know what day or month some of these guys are missing on. Have you been able to tell any of those timelines get more specific about dates?
I think with the charges that we've laid so far, we're down to within weeks for, if not, Mr. Kinsman was very specific. We know the exact day. Some of the others, we have it down to within weeks. Mr. Liswick is a little more difficult, but we're narrowing that down as well. Again, thanks to the coverage from you guys and getting it out there, and people are calling us who knew him and helping us out with that.
You said you found remains from 6 people in those planters, I believe, yes?
Yes.
Have you ruled out that it's an additional 6 on top of the, well, I guess an additional 5 on top of the 5 that you've already charged MacArthur?
I haven't ruled that out, no.
You did say 6 total.
6 total.
Yeah.
So it could theoretically be 11 people, or it could be 10, no, right? If we have
I'm not going to speculate on that right now.
Could you talk about what Bruce MacArthur did inside the house? We'd always heard about him being a gardener outside.
Yeah, I can't get specific about what exactly his role was here.
Were you going through planters or other things inside the home?
We're going through the entire home.
Has the garage been cleared as well?
Yes.
How much longer would you say before the homeowners can return here?
Homeowners can probably return here tonight if they want. I've got officers who are trying to contact them, and we have no issue at all with them going back into their house now that we're done with the inside.
They just can't go out to do it.
Correct.
How long do you think you're going to be in the backyard with this excavation?
It really depends on the weather and how far we have to dig. We see how deep the ground is. I could hazard a guess of maybe a week and a half. So we'll see how the thawing process goes.
Detective, the bodies were found all in the backyard. Were they found in separate areas, or is there one sort of pooled place?
I can't get into specifics about which parts were found where, but they were all within planters that were recovered from the property.
Have you spoken with Andrew Kinsman's family?
I've got some officers who have been speaking with them regularly, yes. And they've been made aware that we do have some remains that belong to him.
At what point will they be able to bury his remains?
That's up to the forensic pathologist's office. As soon as they're done with all their examinations, the remains should be returned.
Do you have a better estimation of cause of death?
Not at this time, no.
Do you have any suggestion that he being MacArthur, kept all these parts around, or do you believe that he discarded them immediately after allegedly committing these homicides?
Well, it depends on what you mean by kept.
Kept the body parts and remains close to him or his residence.
Well, he kept them in planters in a house that he was at quite often. So, to that extent, he did keep those body parts close.
You know a lot about the physical search that's happening at a number of properties, but what's happening in terms of a digital investigation as well? We know he was online, we use social media as well as dating sites and things like that. Can you hear particulars to the investigation that's happening online as well?
There is an extensive digital investigation going on. We're going through the computers, we're going through cell phones, we're going through online applications and different apps. We're preparing warrants and have prepared warrants on different providers. So that's a very big part of this investigation as well.
We heard that you're taking the investigation outside of Toronto, looking across Ontario. Can you update us on where that's at, particularly looking into his past, maybe as a traveling salesman?
Well, we are definitely going to look at his past and take a look at where he's been, and if we can link any outstanding homicides or missing persons to him, then we'll pursue that when we get them.
Have you been working with the other police forces?
We have been in contact with other police forces, yes.
Ones?
No, I can't.
Do you know where the location of the murders actually took place? Do you think it's the same one for all of the victims?
I do know the locations. I'm not going some of the locations, and I'm not going to specify.
So when you say clearly, you're assuming it's more than one location.
No, I said I'm aware of some of the locations. Yes. So.
So we don't